Must one repeat Shemoneh Esrei or go back to the beginning of the blessing of Baruch Aleinu if he mistakenly said Visein Tal Umatar after Sukkos but before the proper time, which in Eretz Yisrael is the night of the 7th of Mar Cheshvan, and in Chutz La'aretz, the diaspora, it's on the 60th day past the beginning of Tkufas Tishrei, which practically falls in most years on the night of the 5th of December, meaning the eve of the 5th in this year, 5778, 2017, it is said the eve of the 5th of December on the 17th of Kislev, which falls on a Monday night. So the question is, if one made a mistake and began saying Visein Tal Umatar right after Sukkos, as he thought, just like we start saying Mashav Ruach, so too, why not we start saying Visein Tal Umatar, and was unaware of the halacha that Visein Tal Umatar is only recited at a later date. So in general, the ruling is that whoever recited Visein Tal Umatar during the summer, during the non-rain season, must repeat Shemoneh Esrei because it's a siman bracha. It's a siman klala, it's a cursed occurrence that one is asking for, and therefore he does not fulfill his obligation of the prayer. The question is, does this law apply after Sukkos? So practically we find a major debate amongst the Poskim regarding if whether this law applies after Sukkos. Some Poskim rule that one who said Visein Tal Umatar after Sukkos, whether in Eretz Yisrael, whether in the diaspora before the proper time, he is not required to repeat Shemoneh Esrei, and he therefore fulfills his obligation. So rules the Marchash of Chaim Shapsi of Salunki, Bron Rabbi Kiva Eger, the Tilul David, Teres Chaim Sefer, or Chaim of Spinka, and so rule a number of Pesach Dereinu of Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, Ben Zion Abba Shaul, Vadi Yosef and Yabia Omer, that the law that you must repeat Shemoneh Esrei only applies in the actual summer and not after Sukkos. The reason is because once Sukkos has passed, it is no longer a siman klala, a sign of a curse for rain to fall, and it is only due to side reasons that we do not begin asking for rain until the 7th of Mar Cheshvan in Israel and until the 5th of December in the diaspora. For this reason, we will not find someone who said Visein Tal Umatar early at this time, and he does not need to repeat Shemoneh Esrei. Do all Poskim agree with this approach? The answer is no. In fact, from the majority of Poskim, it is evident that one must repeat the prayer of Shemoneh Esrei if one said Visein Tal Umatar Livracha prior to the 7th of Mar Cheshvan. Then he does not fulfill his obligation. If he completed Shemoneh Esrei must be repeated, and if he did not, he must go back to the beginning of the bracha of Baruch Aleinu, just as is the law in the summer. And this all applies both in Eretz Yisrael and in the diaspora. So is implied to be the ruling of the Mechaber in Shulchanaruchharav, chapter 117, and so is the clear ruling of the Alter Rebbe in 117.1, as is implied from the fact. He specifically writes that only from the 7th of Cheshvan and onwards, when a mistake is made, one does not repeat, as we will discuss. However, beforehand, one would be required to repeat Shemoneh Esrei if Visein Tal Umatar Livracha was said after Sukkos before the 7th of Mar Cheshvan, as rules the Mati Moshe, the Eilas Tamid, the Knesset Sagdei, the El Yerabah, the Bir Hetiv, the Mishnah Berurah Bir Halacha, and the K'tzais HaShulchan. So also rule the Chazon Ish, L'Hayrus Nasan, Avnei Ish, Yashbak Hevitz Mebeis Levi, in the name of Rav Vosner. Possibly the reason behind this approach is due to the fact the sages made a takana, an institution not to ask for rain before the 7th of Mar Cheshvan, and therefore one who does so uproots the takana of the sages and therefore does not fulfill his obligation of Shemoneh Esrei, even though it's not technically a siman klala for rain to fall after Sukkos. Another reason is because perhaps it is a siman klala to have rain fall on the pilgrims returning from Jerusalem, which is the entire reason why they delayed the saying of Visein Tal Umatar till the 7th of Mar Cheshvan. In any event, practically, it's clearly implied from the Alter Rebbe that one does have to repeat Shemoneh Esrei, and that is the final ruling for all those who follow Shulchanaruchharav. Those who follow other Poskim are to do as those Poskim rule. All this is said regarding after Sukkos until the 7th of Mar Cheshvan. However, once the 7th of Mar Cheshvan has arrived, then in Eretz Yisrael, that's when we begin saying Visein Tal Umatar. But even in the diaspora, that Visein Tal Umatar Livracha is delayed until the 5th of December, practically in those countries in which rain is needed after Sukkos, and that's when the rain season begins, then b'diavad, if one said Visein Tal Umatar after the 7th of Mar Cheshvan, but prior to the 5th of December, he is not required to repeat Shemoneh Esrei. If, however, the country is not yet in need of rain, it's not the rain season, then Shemoneh Esrei is to be repeated if rain was mentioned prior to the 5th of December. Even in this case that rain is needed in one's country, and one said Visein Tal Umatar prior to the 5th of December, the Alter Rebbe concludes it's best to daven a tefillas nedava, repeat Shemoneh Esrei as a nedava. The reason for this is because this matter in truth is a dispute amongst Paiskim. So to summarize, one who mistakenly began saying Visein Tal Umatar Levracha in Shemoneh Esrei after Sukkos, prior to the 7th of Mar Cheshvan, must repeat Shemoneh Esrei whether he's in Eretz Yisrael or he is in the diaspora. If in the diaspora he made this mistake after the 7th of Mar Cheshvan, before the 5th of December, then if he lives in a country that is currently a rain season and is in need of rain, then he does not need to repeat Shemoneh Esrei, though it is proper for him to daven again as a nedava. If, however, his country is not in need of rain, it's not the rain season, he said Visein Tal Umatar Levracha prior to the 5th of December, then he is to repeat Shemoneh Esrei and does not fulfill his obligation.
Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at Shulchanaruchharav.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.